Hello friends, welcome to the Yolk Boys. If you like what we're putting out, please like and subscribe. It would help us out tremendously. Today we're doing an Asian inspired recipe called tiger eggs. They don't come from tigers, but they do look delicious. We're doing our own spin on these tiger eggs with less ingredients to make the recipe a little bit more approachable, a little bit more affordable, and it'll save you some time. Let's get to it. First things first, let's get these eggs in the boiling water bath. I found that about 11 minutes works the best for me. It makes the yolks just soft enough and squishy and delicious. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Check that out. Why wouldn't you follow this recipe? You gonna follow some other jackass on YouTube that slicks his hair back and doesn't have a mustache? Or a nice fitted egg hat? And we're done. Yeah. Let's get these eggs on some ice now and do their final cooling stage before we start peeling. Into the cold plunge they go. Once those eggs have cooled down, it's time to start peeling, so let's get after it, shall we? And look at that beautiful little eggy. Alrighty, our eggs are all peeled and hard boiled and they look nice and beautiful now, so it's time to put some tiger stripes on these babies. I think this is where the name comes from, but I'm not really sure. So to do this, you can either cut some across like this, lengthwise, being careful not to go all the way through the white. You don't want to expose the yolk in that. And just some little slits all around here. And you can cut these whichever direction you want, as many times as you want. The main objective here is just to build that surface area and let that oil penetrate a little bit further inside, and you get a little bit crispier than you should. So now, in order for us to blister the skin of these eggs and get them nice and crispy, we're going to put them in a pan and we're going to shallow fry these eggs. Today I'm just using canola oil. You can use vegetable oil, avocado oil. I just recommend using something neutral. I think if you add olive oil in there or something weird like that, you're going to get flavors you don't want. So neutral oil, shallow pan, just keep it around a medium heat, let that oil heat up nice and evenly. And you don't need a ton of oil to do this. We're not deep frying the eggs, so just a shallow oil. You know, I like to say maybe about 1/4 to 1/2 inch on the bottom of the pan. Alrighty, now that that oil is hot enough, let's go ahead and drop our eggs in. And be careful not to get hot oil all over yourself. Yeah, you really just want to make sure that these things are moving around the whole time they're in that oil. You don't want them to get too brown on one side. Yep, those eggs are looking good. They've been in here for about 10 minutes now. You just want to let them get nice and golden brown like this until you pull them off. Oh yeah, these eggs are perfect, baby. Look at that golden brown, delicious crispiness on the outside. Time to get these puppies off the stove. These things turned out absolutely amazing. They're beautiful golden brown crust on the outside. They smell delicious. I can't hold back. I'm gonna try one of these right now before I put any sauce on it and just see how they are. Because I've never cooked an egg this way. Never once in my life have I made a fried boiled egg like this. And that looks absolutely delicious. So I'm gonna cut into it and give it a shot. As you can see, it definitely cooked a lot more inside of it. The yolk is no longer runny whatsoever, which was to be expected. As long as it's not really hard inside, I'm gonna try this. And it looks really hot. But I think I owe it to you. I need to try this shell. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Maybe I would honestly underboil these if I was to do it again. That yolk really hardened up inside, being in that hot oil that whole time. But man, that crispiness on the outside, it's almost like a good crispy chicken skin. If you've ever had that on the outside of wings, or a turkey breast, or a chicken breast. No breading, it's just like good crispy deliciousness. Yeah. A lot of the recipes online have you throwing these back in the pan with all the grease and oil and frying up your chilies and everything. We're keeping it easy today. I drained the grease. I put the eggs onto a paper towel like this. We're going simple with a nice bottled teriyaki sauce today. Nothing fancy. Sounds delicious. Let's get to it. It doesn't matter if there's a little bit of oil on there already. And we're gonna let this cook for a little bit till it's nice and bubbly and it looks good. We're gonna drop our eggs in, add some beer, let it boil, and they should be nice and sticky and delicious. Make sure you're not heating your sauce up too much when you throw it in your pan. There's a lot of sugar inside of these. And if you're not washing yourself, they will burn the sides and they will burn the bottom. It's time to add your eggs. You see those little bubbles forming in that sauce? Bloop. Once that sauce is nice and bubbly and delicious and thickening up, we're gonna add a nice Pilsner. Today I'm just using a regular amber ale. You can use whatever kind of beer you want. The key here is to just get some liquid in there and let it reduce a little bit and make it nice and sticky and oh yeah. That sauce is bubbling. That smells so good right now. I like to spice mine up a little bit. So today I'm adding some of these red chilies. You can add anything you want. You can add Thai chilies, Asian jarred chilies, red jalapenos, whatever you want. Throw them in there, add some acidity, add some spice. Spice your life up a little bit. There's nothing wrong with it. Look at that sauce. Once it looks nice and sticky like that, coats the back of your spoon barely. Woo! Those things are ready to go. They're golden, they're beautiful, they're crispy. They're in a nice sugar teriyaki sauce that we just dumped in the pan. It's time to pull these things out, plate them up, and let's try them out. And I like a lot of sauce on my stuff. Whoops. So I'm just spooning these out, putting them on a plate, and for the hell of it, why not just dump all that extra shit on top? Sesame seeds, folks. Grab a nice pinch and do a little sesame seed action. Seriously though, those look absolutely phenomenal. I mean, seriously, this looks just like some General's chicken at the Chinese buffet. It's big, beautiful, crispy, saucy. You put this over some white rice, mwah. That looks so good. I'm gonna hit one of these right now because I can't wait to try it. Yolks up. Oh. Whoa, that was so hot. Not sexually. That was so hot in my mouth, I had to give a breather there and whew. That is delicious, I can't lie. I just burned my tongue, I burned the roof of my mouth, I burned my entire mouth trying these eggs. So damn good. It tastes like crispy chicken skin on the outside, but it's sweet and it's savory and it's salty and it's saucy. If you get a chance, fry some hard-boiled eggs, toss them in some teriyaki sauce. They're gonna be so good, you're gonna burn your tongue over it. I recommend it. Delicious.